Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to do a book review. What? You heard right, a book review. I don't think I've ever done a video solely dedicated to a book review here on my channel. Not that I can think of, not from the top of my head, but I loved this book so much that I felt like it needed a video of itself, because I always review my books in my wrap-ups. I'm always scared to like ruin something or say a spoiler. So if you're watching this video, come into it very like careful. I don't think I'll spoil anything for anybody, but you never know, because I'm sort of a ditz, and sometimes I get so excited when I'm talking about books that I don't know. Hopefully I don't spoil it. Hopefully you guys don't think that I suck at this. That's why I never do them, because I'm always so intimidated by doing reviews. And obviously, as you guys know from watching all of my videos, I can't talk to save my life. The book that I want to review today, as you can tell, you already know because it's in the title of the video, but either way, grand reveal, No Exit by Taylor Adams. I ordered this through my Book of the Month club. I don't know why. I haven't researched the book enough, but I know that on Amazon, it says that this book is set to release January 25th. But if you go in the paperback format, you're able to buy it in other ways. I don't know. It's kind of weird and confusing. So I don't know if this has released yet or not. But I know that this specific cover and hardback edition doesn't come out until January 25th from what I see on Amazon. So I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that. But anyways, in this book, it's just, I mean, look at the cover first off. When I went onto my Book of the Month, I hadn't been ordering any Book of the Month for the past like 2 or 3 months because nothing really caught my eye. But when I read the synopsis to this baby right here, I was like, add to box, because it just sounds so amazing. And if you go on Instagram and see everybody's Book of the Month choices, it's this one and Anonymous Girl. Everybody got the same book because it just sounds that fantastic. Let's just get into talking about No Exit by Taylor Adams. Guys, this book is a thrilling book. It was incredible. Here we follow Darby, which is a college student, and she gets a text from her sister that her mom is dying. So she decides to go and take a trip to Utah to see her mom. She is, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe she's in Colorado at the moment, at the present time. And she's traveling to Utah to see her mama before or if she passes away. And so as she's traveling, it just so happens that there is a really big snowstorm, and she doesn't have any kind of like special tires for the snow. Like, she doesn't have chains or anything on her tires. And so the weather is getting really bad, and she is forced to pull over at a rest stop because she has a little incident where her car swerves or hydroplanes, or I don't know what it's called because I've never lived in snow. So I know that it's called hydroplaning when you're in water. So whatever it's called. And she's forced to stop at this rest stop, and stuff starts happening there. So when she stops at this rest stop, she doesn't have any cell phone signal in there. There are 4 other people in this rest stop. She doesn't have any cell phone reception within this rest stop, and so one of the people that are at the rest stop tell her, if I say rest stop one more time, one of the people at the rest stop tell her that there is a certain spot within that area outside that he was able to get signal at. And so she's like, okay, mind you, we are in the middle of the night with this snowstorm that's pretty bad. So she decides to go outside to the specific spot that this guy said to check and see if she could get at least a little bit of signal to let her sister know that she is stranded and she won't be able to continue driving until the morning time. She ends up not being able to get any kind of signal whatsoever. And upon coming back into the rest stop, into the little building, she peeks into, she's parked next to this van, and she's walking by her car, and she like just peeks to the van next to her, and she discovers a little hand that like, there's like a little hand holding a bar, and it comes back really quickly, and she's like, did I just see a little hand there? So she's just like, you know what, I must be imagining this, like this cannot be. There is no way that I just saw a little hand at the storm. I'm exhausted. You know, there's a lot going on. My mom's dying, you know, so she just goes back inside and she's like, Darby, just relax. There is nothing there, just relax. But this gnaws at her so much that she's like, no, like I need to see, because if one of these people that I am spending the night with has a little kid back there, like this is gonna be an issue. Sure enough, she goes back outside, she gets some excuse to go back outside, and she really peeks in there, and sure enough, there is a little girl in the back of this van. She has an idea as to whose van it is, but she is not sure. And so things start happening from there. She gets it in her mind that she needs to do something about this because this just ain't right. You know, Darby is your heroine. She is your, you know, you're the one who wants to save the world, the one that needs to stand up and do something and do the right thing. And you learn that all throughout the book. She's tenacious. She's hardcore. I don't know that I could have done half of the things that she does in this book. This book had me at the edge of my seat. It is incredible. It is dark. There are moments where you're just like, oh my gosh, you're rooting for her. But then there's other moments where I was just like, really, girl, like you're dumb, you know, because she does make some stupid decisions throughout this book, which just frustrates you so much. Within this rest stop, there is some cousins, a female and a male cousin. They're older, and then you have these two other guys that are in there, and so those are all the characters that make up the book. I mean, it is an intense book. It wouldn't be a thriller if you didn't have any cell phone reception. You know, they're going through a storm outside. It's not like she can really contact anybody, so she really doesn't know what to do. But I love it because she's just like, oh well, let's go, let's do this, let's save this little girl. Because I mean, I think that in any instance, anybody would, you know, you see a little girl in the back of a truck, in the back of a van, and she's obviously being kidnapped, she's locked up in a cage, you know, I would hope to say that anybody would do something to save her. But that's a really tough decision, because obviously somebody that's going to kidnap a little girl, they're not the best of people, you know, as you can imagine. So it was such a thrilling ride. I am going to say that trigger warnings for animal cruelty. There is not actual animal cruelty within the storyline per se as it is happening right then and there, but there are flashbacks of talk about past animal cruelty. They are really quick and really sort of like on the back burner of it, like in little parts. It's mentioned in 2 parts, and it's sort of like flashbacks. And so I don't read books that involve animal cruelty in them. I do wear everything that's cruelty free. At least 90% of the makeup I used and the products that I use in my everyday life and in my everyday routine is cruelty free. I don't stand for cruelty against animals. I have 3 animals myself, and my heart just breaks when I hear of animal cruelty. Those scenes, as short as they were a little bit hard to read, but they don't go into detail as what the animal cruelty is. I mean, they talk about the animal cruelty, but it's not a descriptive area. I found myself like bracing to really hear, you know, like just bracing myself for those parts, but they're pretty quickly. I just wanted to let you know that, because you know, those are just things that aren't mentioned in synopsises, especially when that's not what the story is about, but it does have a tiny bit of that, so know that. I ended up giving this book 5 stars. I read it in 2 sittings because it was, if I could have read it in one, I would have. but you know, it's the holidays and stuff is going on. 5 stars. It was phenomenal. I'm gonna read to you this back part just so that you get a little other glimpse other than my non-making sense behind. 13 hours, 4 strangers, 1 missing child, no exit. She knows her odds, she'll fight anyways. So really, really good. Obviously there is no exit because there is a snowstorm, so they're waiting until the morning for the plowers to come, the snow plowers to come and take all the snow out of the way. But there's also a couple of accidents that are going on certain areas in certain parts of that area, so just know that. And this is, I believe it's in the Colorado Rockies, so that's a very, very hard terrain to have something like this happen. So yeah guys, that is it for this book review of No Exit. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how I did in the comment section down below, but be kind, don't be too cruel or rude and break my little heart. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I did this book justice. I hope it makes you want to read it. And if you are gonna read it, I suggest wintertime because it is such a wintry, cold book. Leave me a comment down below telling me what your favorite kind of thrillers are, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!